Guys, this is lesson 2. We're going to do time to the half hour. Okay, this is page 599. So let's start with our Judy clock again, and let's look at time to the half hour. Okay, so when we look at this, so right now, remember, pointing at the 12, pointing at our hand, pointing at the 7, we are at 7 o'clock. Now, a half of an hour is 60 minutes. So a half of an hour would be 30 minutes. That's half of 60, okay? So we're gonna go around and we can use this to count. We can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 minutes. That's half of our hour. So remember, we can also just cut that clock right in half. This is the first half, this is the second half. Now, if you noticed when I did that, watch your hour hand. As I'm moving past, every time I get to a number, it moves a little bit more until I get to 30. And then if you notice, where's that hour hand now? It's between the hour we started at and the hour we're going to, okay? So anytime we're looking at a half hour, it's between two numbers. We're always gonna go back to the lowest number, because it's 7:30. We haven't gotten to 8 yet, because watch what happens. If we keep going, then we get to 8. But if it's half past 7, we haven't gotten there yet. So this would be 30 minutes between the 7 and 8. We're going to go to the smaller number, 7:30, or half past 7. See, here's 7, and it's halfway past it on its way to the next number. Okay, so anytime we have a half hour or half past an hour, our minute hand will always be pointing at our 6 or our 30 minutes, and our hour hand will always be between the hour that we're in and the hour that we are going to. Okay, so if we look at our time to the hour, I'm going to focus in just a little bit more, not too much, because I want to be able to get the clock in here. Sorry, guys. Okay, it says right here, it says use a clock to show 5 o'clock. So 5 o'clock would mean that we need to have the hour hand on the 5 and the minute hand on the 12. Okay? Now, next direction, move the minute hand to 6. Okay, so we're going to go to that half hour. Okay. What time is it? Remember, we have that way there. Have we gotten to 6 yet? Nope. So it's 5. And how many minutes past 5? 30. It is 5:30. Okay. It says right here, repeat with other times showing hour and then half past. Okay, so let's go to 8 o'clock because we were working on that one. There's 8 o'clock. Now we're going to go to 8:30. So we're at 8. Let's go 30 minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We are now at 8:30. So we are half past 8 on our way to 9. So 8:30. Let's go ahead and write in our hands for this. So we want that minute hand all the way down to the 30. All the way down to the minutes. Fill it in. We're half past 8. So we're not going to point at the 8. We're going to point between the 8 and the 9. But remember, we don't want to get too close to the minutes because we want to have an hour hand and a minute hand. So we want to make sure one is long and one is short. So we are half past 8. We're between the hour of 8 and the hour of 9. So we have half past 8. Nice job. Okay, so let's go through this. I'm going to pull the Judy clock out of the way. And let's focus in on our paper here. It says see and show. You can show time to the half hour. 1 half hour is 30 minutes. These clocks show half past 2. So remember, the hour hand is between the 2 and the 3. We always go back, because we're in the 2 o'clock hour. We have not gotten to 3 o'clock yet. Okay, and then our minute hand will always be pointing at the 6 if it's a half past. The hour hand points between 2 and 3. The minute hand points to 6, which is equal to 30 minutes. Here's your helpful hint. The hour hand moves halfway to the next number as a half hour passes. So then to show it on a digital clock, we would show the hour of 2. Remember, the hour of 2. And how many minutes? We would go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes past 2. So that's 2:30. Okay, so use your clock. Tell what time is shown. So if you want to use your little clock, you can use your little clock for this part. You don't have to. Again, it's up to you. So we have our minute hand at our 6. It's not going to move from there at all. And our hour hand is where? It's between our 9 and our 10. If our hour hand is between our 9 and our 10, where are we? We're half past what hour? We're half past 9. So good. So it's 9:30. So 9, hour of 9, 30 minutes past, or half past 9. Okay, let's do this one without the clock. Okay, how many minutes do we have? We have 30 minutes. We're between the 1 and the 2. So have we gotten to the 2 yet? Nope, we are half past 1, or 1:30. Half past 1, because we haven't gotten to 2 yet. Ooh, this one looks a little tricky. Let's be careful with this. So we've got our minute hand at the 6. So that means we're at 30. So remember, we can count if we're not sure. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes. And we're between the 6 and the 7. Have we gotten to the 7 yet? Nope, because it's half past what hour? It's half past 6. So it's 6:30, or half past 6. It says, it is half past 8. Explain what half past means. So remember, so if we have half past 8, why is it half past? Because we have covered half of that hour, not the full hour. Remember, the full hour is all the way around. So if we look at that and we say, let's go to 8 o'clock. Oops, I'm back in time. We can go to 8 o'clock, and we know the half of our clock is at the 6. So we're going to go half past. How much of the clock have we covered? We've covered half of it. How far are we past the 8? We're halfway to the 9. So we are half past 8. Okay. Okay. Your guys' job is to complete these. It says use a clock, tell what time is shown, write the time. So we're going to work on those half pasts, or those 7:30s, 8:30s, 9:30s. Draw the hands on each clock, write the time. Okay, I'm not going to do this one for you because we've talked about how you need to have a minute hand and an hour hand. We need to make sure our minute hand is pointing where during a half past. Half past means the minute hand has to be on the 6. And half past 4 would mean that we're halfway between 4 and its next hour, which is 5. So you're going to want to point it. I always start my arrows here and then go back. That way I make sure they're not too long. And then you're going to write in what would half past 4 look like. It would be hour of 4 and how many minutes passed. Okay. So then here you're going to answer this question. Going to go with that one. Remember, look at your labels underneath to help you what happens at each of these times. So you're going to look at the time here, match it with one of these, and then you're going to write one of these to tell me what's going on at that time. How is reading a digital clock different from reading an analog clock? Explain. That's a good one to explain. You can explain it with your parents. You can have them help you explain it, but you want to be able to understand how using a digital clock, remember this is a digital clock and this is an analog clock. So a digital clock just tells you the time. An analog clock, you kind of have to figure it out. But how is reading a digital clock different from reading an analog clock? Think about the difference between this clock and this clock. Just how they look even will help you answer that. So if you guys have any questions on this will, we'll talk about it at Zoom tomorrow. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Good luck.